Hi, I'm Annie Ulichny, and I want to thank you so much for joining in for some meditation practice today. We're going to talk about routines and patterns and how our routines and our patterns internally can create stress unnecessarily in our lives, in our daily lives, and how without us even really being aware of it through our thinking mind, the stress levels are increasing and increasing through these internal looping patterns that we have until we feel anxious, overwhelmed, stressed out, all of these things that we refer to a lot with our daily lives when we are in overwhelm. And how to work with the thoughts and the thought patterns that we have so that we can move ourselves out of stress, out of anxiety, using really excellent breathing techniques and meditation techniques that can bring us back into peace, calm, balance, well-being, and just feeling safe and well more of the time. I like to compare these patterns that we have inside of us through our nervous system, through our thinking mind, our mind in general, our brain, to our daily routines that we have. We are creatures of habit, deeply within us as well as our lives, our daily lives. We all wake up and have routines of what we eat for breakfast, if we make coffee or tea every morning, what routines we have for getting ready to go to work, to our activities, whatever it is we're doing on any given day, the places where we shop to run our errands, the stores that we go to. Those are kind of looping patterns that we have. And so we have these routines and patterns that we've developed in our daily habits and lives. Inside of us, we have the same thing. So we're going to be working with these routines and patterns and working with the thinking mind routines. Where does my mind go when I'm triggered by activated by some kind of event? As an example, if I'm waiting for a family member to call and they tell me they're going to call me within a certain hour and I don't hear from them, what happens? I start to worry. I maybe go to sadness. I go to fear. There's some auto place that it's a default mode that we all go to individually. Each one of us has our own, and that's our pattern. That's our maybe thinking pattern. We go into fear, we go into worry, we go into kind of blaming and complaining. There's a default mode, and worry is another. So our thinking mind takes us there, and then our thinking mind keeps looping and keeping us there. So we don't hear from a family member for a few hours past time, and we immediately start churning in the thinking of why we haven't heard from them, and the range of thoughts that take us here and there and everywhere as to why we didn't hear and get a phone call. And then finally we do hear a few hours later, and they have a reason as to why they couldn't reach out to us sooner. Oh, okay, there's no problem, everything is fine. And so we've elevated our stress level with that pattern of thinking, and sometimes it's hard to get back out of that pattern of stress. Breathing practices can really help us. Seeing the nature of our thoughts can really help. So we're going to practice that today together now. So I'd like you to take a comfortable posture and start to notice your seat and your body. And we can close our eyes down, have our hands comfortably somewhere on our laps. And we can bring all of our attention to our feet as we just get comfortable and grounded here. And we can slow everything down. Leave all of our worries and activities at the door and just come in and really devote time to taking care of our body, our mind, and our well-being. Feeling through your feet and the legs up to our seat. We could start to notice maybe some tingling and aliveness, sensations running through our feet, maybe the soles of our feet, through the legs, maybe where we're making contact with the chair underneath us along our backside. And that what we also might start to notice are pockets of tension and tightness and gripping kind of sensations. Our bodies are constantly giving us feedback with both this sense of tingling, aliveness sensations, as well as a tightness, a gripping, a clenching kind of sensations. Our bodies are always letting us know how it is. So we could scan through our toes, our ankles, our knees, up to our pelvis, noticing if there's any tightness maybe in the joints. And without judging it, just really start to pay attention to the patterns in our body of where we hold on to tightness. When stressful thoughts start to flow in, where do we get tight in the body? And we can start to explore through the sit bones and the back. The lower back is another very common place where we manifest a lot of tightness. The lower belly, up through the rib cage, through the chest area. We could notice some tightness in the chest, maybe along the shoulder blades. And then right along the top of our shoulders, we are usually burdened with some level of tension and tightness. This pattern, this internal pattern that we have of holding tension in certain parts of the body. And we could invite a relaxing sensation, a releasing and a letting go in the shoulders through our mind's ability to focus here. Really pay attention to the shoulders and encourage our shoulders to relax. And down the arms and hands, through the throat and the head, maybe noticing through the forehead, around the eyes, in the jaw. Feeling what's here, and notice that even if we do have some kind of physical injury, it might be also coupled with this pattern of thought tension, this emotional thoughts that get stirred up and looped, and they carry and move into one part of the body or a few parts of the body. And those are our patterns when we have elevated levels of stress. We have also places in the body that's holding on to this in the form of tightness, density. It feels very gripped and clenched. And we could pay attention now as we're sitting here comfortably, just starting to check in and notice our body. We can also notice our breath in and out of the nose as we're watching the breath, noticing if the breath is smooth or rough. If you can notice even this bit of anxiety or overwhelm that shows up in the breath here now. And again, we're not going to let the thinking mind judge this. We're just noticing what's here physically in the body, in the breath. Noticing if it's a shorter breath moving just into our upper chest, or a long breath that you can really feel moving more in the full length of the body. All of these are clues to let us know how we are from deeply within and how this really connects to our stress levels, our overwhelm. The breath is always here to let us know how we are when we just check in. So we're going to start with a breathing technique that's going to be, it's a belly, chest inhale. So we're going to fill our belly up, fill our chest up secondarily, and then an exhale where you're flattening your belly back toward your backbone on the exhale. And we're going to do this for about a count of 4. And I really want you to use your own, what your body is telling you, rhythm it is needing right now. And I'm going to use just a guide of 4, and you follow your own rhythm as best as possible. So really use your focus, really pay attention to the felt sensation of the belly, and then the chest filling up, and then the exhale, and we're filling up, exhaling on a count of 4. If it helps to have your hands on your belly and your chest, sometimes that really does help to really experience the breath, become more familiar, and also calm ourselves down. So we'll inhale 2, 3, 4 through the nose. Exhale with more of a sigh out of the mouth. 2, 3, 4. So let's find this pattern. Inhaling through the nose. 3, 4. Exhaling with a sigh out of the mouth. Inhaling, filling the belly up, chest up. Exhaling with a quiet or even a loud sigh on the exhale for a count of 4. Try to find this pattern for yourself. Inhale. Inhaling, belly, chest. Exhale, sigh. Notice where our thoughts might want to take us. Inhaling for 4, exhaling for 4, and then noticing the nature of our thoughts, where our thoughts are trying to take us, what kinds of thoughts we're having, what default mode is within our deepest patterns. And once you notice that, you can just, again, use your focus, come back to the breath. We'll take one more together at this pace. Belly, chest, exhale, sigh. And now we'll try to elongate, maybe to a count of 5 instead of 4. Try to elongate what's comfortable, but see if you can extend the inhale and the exhale just a little bit. Inhaling, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, sigh, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, belly, chest, 4, 5. Exhale, sigh, release, 4, 5. Smooth it out. Inhaling, extending, exhaling, sighing, releasing for a longer count in this circle of breath. Inhaling, exhaling, smoothing out, slowing down, feeling within. Really feeling the whole body engaged in the breath. We'll take one more together with this elongated count. Really bring all of your focus to the inhale and the sensations of the body filling up. And then the exhale, flattening back of the belly button, flatten back. Really exhale all of the air out on the exhale, out of the lungs, making that sigh, releasing and letting go. And then placing your hands just comfortably back on your lap and feeling the body. Noticing that if we use the breath to change our patterns, our neural networks within our nervous system, up through the brain, into the body, we are changing our patterns, bringing more calm in, releasing more stress, anxiety out of this system within us. Notice if you feel more relaxed, more open, more ease. Perhaps you feel more of tingling sensations. So this next breathing exercise, we're going to keep our eyes closed. We're going to breathe in and out of the nose with this. And we're also, though, going to close off with our right thumb, our right nostril. And so we're going to breathe in and out of the left nostril. Give this a try, see how it is, and if it's too uncomfortable, then you can go ahead and breathe out of both nostrils, in and out. But just try it first and see. And this is a practice, like anything, it just takes a little bit of time and practice to get used to this kind of nostril breathing. But this is a really effective way to engage more of the right brain and calm, bring more intuitive thinking, creativity, openness, peace into our whole body by engaging the right brain through the left nostril breathing. So we're going to breathe in for 4, have a little pause, breathe out for 4, have a little pause, with our thumb on our right nostril the whole time. Give this a try. If this is uncomfortable, then just bring all of your focus to your left nostril when you breathe, if you decide to breathe in and out of both nostrils. So let's get started here. So we're going to close our right nostril, inhale, 2, 3, 4, pause at the top without breathing. Exhale out of the left nostril, 2, 3, 4, pause at the bottom. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, pause at the top. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, pause at the bottom. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, pause at the top. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, pause at the bottom. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, pause at the top. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, pause at the bottom. We'll do one more together. Inhaling, 2, 3, 4, pause at the top. Exhaling, 2, 3, 4, pause at the bottom. And very slowly, intentionally, take your right hand and place it back on your lap with your eyes closed. Feeling into the body. Noticing there might be a really increased level of tingling, maybe through the arms, hands. You might feel really relaxed. Just take a moment here and watch the breath breathe itself now. And this is a way, again, to activate the right brain by breathing in and out of the left nostril. And it could take some practice, but give this a try on your own anytime for a few minutes to recreate new, healthy, peaceful patterns within your own body. Releasing the stress, filling up with more peace, more calm. Sometimes these practices may have us feel a little floaty, as a word to describe it, and that's very normal. Again, you're changing the deep chemistry within yourself, both within your breath and your whole body, using these techniques. It can feel like this cascading sense of tingling. All of these sensations are very normal. They're soothing and nourishing from deeply within. So we could take another minute and just feel the body, feel the sensations within. Noticing if we've had an opportunity to see the nature of our thoughts as we're practicing. Or maybe we'll see the nature of our thoughts at some point today when we notice we've been caught up and activated by something like fear or worry or blaming, complaining kinds of thoughts that loop us and keep us looped in those kinds of thoughts and creating more stress within. We start to know the nature of our thoughts. We can start to calm them using these breathing techniques. When really there is no problem. Everything is okay, we are safe, we are well, and everything is okay. I hope you've been able to experience both this calm new patterning in your body, as well as experiencing what's going on in some of our unconscious thinking that we're not aware of. Where do our thoughts want to take us to keep us from being peaceful? Thank you so much. It's a privilege to be here. Have a wonderful, healthy, happy day.